RSS at 100. Congratulations. But at the same time, my question is, why 100 years delay in banning RSS? India doesn't require that. The Bharat, the criminal mafia might require it, but India doesn't require RSS. The idea of India is scientific, secular, historic, and legitimate. RSS never even participated in the freedom struggle and now try to, kabja the concept of nationalism. And, RSS is not a cultural or political, RSS is a it's a mafia slowly eating away our democracy. Gurumurthy is speaking on Republic TV, and everybody is trying to connect Sanatana Dharma. I want to give you how many, laws that British government has brought in to build this country. I mean, you want to bring in Manusmriti and Sanatana Dharma and treat widows, burn widows, child marriages. I mean, what did you do to Dalits? Untouchables. I mean, we have not forgotten nothing. That's why I said, why 100 years delay, man? The Janji, it is time that as we live in a global village, time to put an end to myths. The myths were already put an end. The Nehruian thought has already done. But now, the revival of this idea, which don't have any scientific basis. You talk about Sanatana Dharma, reincarnation, or yugas, no scientific basis. Nothing can be proven scientifically. And Nehru and Ambedkar brought in through articles the scientific favor into this country, which is what brought India what it is today, the modern India. And now the political mafia want to, kabja or encroach everything that the freedom fighters have done, and leaders that followed had built this country, and want to poison India with the idea, with RSS ideologies. RSS idea was born in Germany, where the whole world began to hate Nazis, and how dare that in India we still tolerate that fascism, which was the root of Nazi movement, which killed Jewish people, anti-Semitic, and how, that's what I said, how 100 years delay in identifying and dismantling and destroying this idea, that the world has rejected. Nazis are not glorified anymore now. It is a shameful thing. And Hitler stands as forever villain in the world. And RSS want to glorify. I have actually a statement which was made by one of the RSS leaders, praising Hitler. Can you look at the roots of this, this idea? I mean, I'm just asking, why is it not still banned? 100 years of nonsense. I mean, you may have done something good, bad, but this poison shouldn't go further. RSS founders admire Hitler and Mussolini. Goldwacker praised Nazi Germany in "We are our nationhood defined." In that article, he said in 1939, German race pride has now become the topic of the day. 1939, outdated, hated, the world rejected the ideas, wants to find its roots in India and wants to get into the debate and wants to say that we have done it when you have not even participated in the freedom struggle. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. How you stayed away from the freedom struggle. I mean, like, see, the German race pride has now become the topic of the day. 1939, Goldwalker talks about it. To keep the purity of the race and its culture, Germany shook the world by purging the Semitic races, the Jews. A good lesson for us in Hindustan to learn and profit by. So, Hitler did it, massacred Jewish people, 6 million of them, and they want to learn. Like RSS, why is it not still burned? Why the RSS is still being tolerated, Gen Z? This is our motherland, and we are a secular country, and we are built on, values of equality. Muslims and Christians and Hindus and Buddhists, all created equal. All of them are equal. That's our constitution. And RSS ideology goes against it. And you talk about cultural, civilizational unity, and you keep 200 million Dalits outside even today, that you wouldn't want to allow them into temples. I mean, like, go to hell, man. I am a Dalit. We don't need your temples. We don't need a religion. It is not even a religion, as Mr. Gurumurthy is saying it. Get to the truth. The truth is, he's saying it is a philosophy, then who needs it? You keep your philosophy. A philosophy that wants to treat me as an untouchable. I can't tolerate that. You cut me and then I cut you. You cut me, I cut you. We have the same blood. Do you understand that? How dare you call me untouchable? How dare you treated me? I am a Dalit. I am talking to you. You kept us outside. And then you're talking about civilizational unity. Don't you even know what does it mean? Educated Gen Z, educated Indian, thinkers, intellectuals. I'm asking a question. Why is it taken 100 years to take an action to ban this poisonous ideology, philosophy, a philosophy that doesn't even have any scientific basis, to glorify the Hindu past and to create Hindu Rasta? I mean, like, pseudoscience they bring in. That you have a plastic surgery and you have aeroplane. Come on, where does it say? What scientific evidence do you have? What archaeological evidence did you find for Pushpakevan? What historic evidence do you have, my friend? Or what DNA evidence do you have for the origin of human beings? Come on. And you want to build an entire country on this poisonous philosophy? Poisonous philosophy which hailed from Germany. And how dare we still tolerate into our country? I mean, 100 years of delay. It is not 100 years to celebrate. It is 100 years of delay. I am outrightly rejecting the idea because it is discriminatory, because it destroys my nation, and it cannot offer anything to my nation because there is no scientific favor into this. Do you understand? It shares fascist roots and inspiration, taking Hitler as a role model, and let's look at it's against Indian Constitution. You see, the preamble of Indian Constitution guarantees secularism, liberty, equality, and fraternity, and RSS openly rejects this. M.S. Goldwalker, second chief of RSS, wrote in Bunch of Thoughts. Let me read that for you. Non-Hindu people in Hindustan must adopt the Hindu culture. Why should I? Why should we? What culture should I adopt when you kept me outside your temple for so many decades, so many centuries? And what culture are you talking about? Is that a culture that you treat human beings differently? And you must adopt the Hindu culture and language. They must stay in the country wholly subordinated to the Hindu nation. Let's break India. You take your RSS nation, RSS country, take a state or what you want. We reject that. We want everybody to be equal here. Did you get that? Otherwise, you get to hell. You take your part and then find your way. Okay? People who don't want to, treat all humans as, equal, which is scientific fact, and then value every human being. You want every other, non-Hindus to be subordinate to you. How dare you even use that word? I mean, like, you don't even participate in the freedom struggle. So when it is brought finally with the sacrifice of freedom fighters, and now you come out and then you say every non-Hindu should become a subordinate. I have it on record here, what you said here. And then that idea want to be glorified, and you say it's 100 years of celebration, and then Modi goes there. No Dalit should vote for Modi. No Christian, no Muslim, no secular person. Modi should be sent home. My friend, that's the only way to save Indian democracy. Modi need to be going home. If, he is, as he's exalting this poisonous Nazis idea, how dare you bring that poisonous idea of Nazi and you want to implement it into Indian culture. I mean, like, how dare are we tolerating it? How in the world are we tolerating the poison here and glorifying it? I'm calling it 100 years of delay, my friend. This is 100 years of delay in banning. It is anti-Dalit, anti-minority. I mean, Manusmriti is the gospel. Ambedkar said, the Manusmriti is a gospel of counter-revolution. I mean, like, he's burned that. RSS is always against B.R. Ambedkar. RSS never supported Ambedkar, but instead glorified caste. RSS never supported Ambedkar, but always glorified. I mean, like, you don't even have a clue. This nation is not built by RSS ideology. You are trying to encroach what somebody else built it. It is built by Ambedkar constitution. It is built by freedom fighters. It is built by Nehru, Gandhi, not Godse. Godse is a terrorist. First terrorist in India. Killing Mahatma Gandhi. I mean, like, you want to build a temple for him, and then I'm asking a thinking Indian, why should you be so insecure that, that your identity is a human being. Just like Muslims are humans, you are a human being. You may have a different philosophy, but we are all equal. How in the world that you're missing this small logic? And you say you are superior race? And your idea is rejected by the world. The world has moved on. Hitler is a villain. Every child knows that. Every child growing up knows that Hitler is a villain. And you're glorifying Hitler here. How dare you do that? I mean, like, RSS against Indian freedom movement. During the Quit India movement, 1942, RSS stayed away. RSS did not participate. You stayed away. And now you want to come and take the credit? You've not taken a bullet. And you are a crook and a cheater to take somebody else sacrifice and then put your name on it. What do you call yourself? You're not genuine. My friend, you never taken a bullet. Right? Then the RSS chief, Mr. Golwalkar, instructed members to stay away from the political movement against the Britishers. Savarkar, the idol of RSS, wrote mercy petitions to British to save himself. You understand? So RSS stayed away from the political struggle. The freedom that India has got, is by the freedom fighters, not by the RSS. RSS should have been in jail, not outside roaming. Or RSS, every volunteer, every person who is working, he is part of the, the RSS, so the shakas and all. I think it's time to think, my friend. Can the hatred build any country? Hatred cannot, that the whole idea of superior race is an outdated concept. How dare you still get stuck there? If you have guts, my friend, you need to learn to treat everybody equal. You understand? That's the idea. That idea has built the world. That idea brought the prosperous countries, not this Nazis, that fascism, the idea. I think 1 crore people who are part of the RSS need to be educated on RSS and then, quit and quit RSS. You understand? Quit India, and now we believe it is time for quit RSS. It is a call, quit RSS, my friend. If you love your country, if you love your countrymen, if you love your countryman, fellow Indian, as you took out in your school, every Indian is my brother and sister. If you really mean that, you should be fighting to ban RSS, which creates discrimination. You understand? RSS is known for violence, polarization. 2002 Gujarat riots, and 92 Babri Masjid demolition, and ongoing hate against the minority. All the hate that is there. That's not India. India is a home for all these ethnicities and religions and all of that. And among them, Hinduism is one, practiced by many. You have your religion, you have your philosophy, and others will have their philosophy. You can't call everybody Hindu. You keep your philosophy to yourself. I am a Christian, I will be a Christian. And he is a Muslim, he will be a Muslim. That's my India. How dare you come here and say, we are all part of the same shakers and we are all part of the same streams. And come on, you hell with your ideology, man. You have no sense in what you're talking about. Tell me, what is your moral standard? What is your moral authority? What is your moral, a definition when everything is one? Then who is going to tell what is right or wrong? If you are ignorant, not everybody can be ignorant, right? We have a standard. We have a truth-based societies here. Not everything is one. Even atheist can be. You hell with your idea. You keep that yourself. Okay, this is India, home for everybody, right? We are under a constitution. We live by the constitution, and we are a secular country, and we are fighting to see this poisonous idea will be banned in India. And the Gen Z and the intellectual thinkers of this nation, it is not the civilizational, revival. It is not the civilizational consciousness. It is not the civilizational justice. What justice are you talking about when you locked Dalits outside of your community and then you treated them like that? What justice are you talking about? The justice is, India is the justice, not the Bharat. India, where everybody has freedom. Constitution is the justice. Take your idea and everybody who's working with RSS need to be thinking about it, because we are a 1.4 billion people and Nazis' ideas don't require here. You go hell with your ideas. Take your ideas and you want to experiment somewhere, do it. I think, whatever is necessary to see that happen, need to happen. Okay, RSS versus scientific temper, as I said that. You talk about Pushpa Vimana, aeroplanes. There is no scientific evidence for that. You talk about yugas. 360 crore years. What universe you talking about? There is a Big Bang and there is a scientific model, and that's it. What science decides is the final here. We go by logic, reason, scientific favor. You practice your religion. You want to stay in the myth, go for it. But India needs scientific favor here, because Corona all that are not treated by your myths, and you want to take India back to mythical, ignorant age. We have come long way, my friend. We have a long way to go. I know you're excited that you come into the fourth place. No, that's not our target. We should be looking at how do we beat the powerful country in the world, economically. I mean, like, that's what we should be talking about. Not this, poisonous Nazist ideas. I mean, like, how dare that this is still surviving in India? 100 years of delay in banning this organization. That's what my feel is, because the India need to be, competing with USA, the strongest economy. I mean, like, to do that, you're not going to do that with your idea of Sanatana Dharma and, this discrimination, hate against the Muslims, and then, mistreat and have everybody else as, like, go to hell with your idea, man. You're asking everybody to be subordinate. I mean, subordinate. How dare you even think like that? Everybody else should be subordinate to you. Subordinate to you. What the hell wrong with you in your brain? That's not the idea to build a country. That's never done. A country is built on equality. Everybody is equal. You understand? You even liberate women to be equal. That is potential. You release 100 people to work. You don't say 50% people are subordinate. You lost your mind. Exactly. What science, what logic, what reasoning there behind? That is the reasoning behind RSS. Come on, friends. Now tell me, should this be banned? This discriminatory mindset, this subordinate mindset. I mean, like, handful of people trying to do something. Come on. India has a lot of educated people. I think it is time to see these things are banned. You understand? This unscientific, discriminatory, hateful. I mean, like, you want to treat all Muslims in India with hate. Come on. And you want to create, divisions in India. And Christians and Muslims and everybody should be subordinate to you. What is wrong with you? That is wrong. Hitler shot himself, man. At the end of the day, he recognized that he was wrong, at least. That's wrong idea. The wrong ideas don't last. Hitler didn't last. You understand that? These RSS should not last, because the ideas are not good. Ideas have consequences. Hitler carried that idea of German superiority. Come on. I mean, like, all men are created equal before God. America is still thriving. Hitler is gone long back and remained a villain. RSS will always be villain. That's why it has to be banned. I mean, you're talking, see, we're okay with history of India. We're okay with the culture of India. We're okay with, our heritage from the, from 5,000 years and all of that. But it's also time to filter everything, right? It's also time to scrutinize everything, the wrong ideas and myths, and then advance further. You understand? You can't be held back. Reincarnation. Come on, tell me, what is the scientific evidence? You're talking about 360 crore years. I mean, like, come on, what is the scientific, I'm like, what is the scientific evidence for that? And many of those ideas, I mean, like, the idea of subordinate, I'm like, why should anybody be subordinate to you? Come on. That is why RSS had to be banned. And it is already been 100 years delay. It is time for every Indian, every thinking Indian to wake up and save democracy in India and have that, the secular, where everybody is equally treated. You understand? That country that our freedom fighters have dreamt about must continue. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.